My racist sister-in-law insisted the food I made was just fried chicken. Her kind makes it all the time, and called me a monkey after her younger sister asked me to be her maid of honor, and she finally stormed out of my house after failing to slap me. Sorry for any mistakes, English is not my first language. Here's some backstory. So I, 29F, been married to my husband, 30M, for 1 year. We dated for 2 years and were engaged for 1 year, so together a total of 4 years. It's important to mention I'm a black woman, hubby is Korean American. So I grew up in Europe, moved to the States for work after uni, met my now husband, but at first we were just friends. One of the girls in my office introduced me to her friend group when I moved here since I didn't know anyone. Anyway, my in-laws were very welcoming. My husband has a big family and we got along well because I also come from a big family, being the oldest of 5. I love to cook for my family and friends, so the first time I met his parents I made an effort to learn a little bit about their culture and made some Korean dishes. My husband wanted to host his family, so I agreed and asked him if I could cook. He told me we could just order some takeout, and I told him absolutely not. My mother would disown me if she heard the first time I met my in-laws I served them takeout. Come the dinner, present were my parents-in-law and my husband brothers and their partners. My husband is the middle child, his older brother is married to a white woman, which is important to make note, and his younger brother came with his girlfriend. Dinner coming to an end, my mother-in-law told me she's happy her son found someone and she loved my cooking. I was happy until my older brother's wife, started making small nasty comments, like I mean is just fried chicken, her kind makes it all the time, she's, me, probably not going to last, so why make an effort to be nice? Everyone heard the comments but kept on trying to distract me. My father-in-law made a joke about my cooking skills in Korean and I sneered. He noticed and asked me if I could speak Korean and I said yes, explained how I always loved to learn new languages, and I lived in Korea for 3 years when I was younger, when my dad was assigned to work at our country's embassy in Korea. The racist comments kept on going for a long time until I reached my point and almost called of my wedding. It was affecting my mental health, and before you guys ask, why not just go no contact? My husband's family has a tradition to have family lunch every Saturday. Everyone's presence is mandatory. Baby Bill is getting married? Yes, the same girl from when we met. I love them both like they are my own siblings. Since my baby Sil doesn't have any family in the country and we actually became like sisters, she asked me to be her maid of honor and I said yes. My Mil, to keep the peace, asked if Sil, devil's spawn, could be in the wedding party. She told baby Sil she understood if she wanted to decline, but that girl is such an angel and a better person than me because I would be held to the no. But anyway, fast forward to yesterday, bachelorette party. We decided to have dinner and pre-drinks at my house. We're all having fun having drinks, and I noticed devil's spawn Sil is missing. Go look for her and find her in my closet. Asked her what she was doing and she said nothing and left. I came back downstairs and rejoined the party. The girls asked me when was I planning on having kids. When I'm about to answer, devil's spawn Sil goes, can you imagine a monkey with pulled eyes? She's probably just waiting for her Greer card to be able to divorce X, my husband. With the alcohol and all of the rage I've been keeping inside, I exploded and told her nobody likes her. We all tolerate her because he adore her husband. She just a bitter woman who judges people based on their skin tone. With a total of 2 friends and a family that doesn't want her around. She got up to slap me. I grabbed her wrist and told her to get the fudge out of my house. After she left, we tried to go back to the festivities, but no one was in the mood. I woke up to a bunch of texts from my older brother, saying he had enough of me bullying his wife and he thought I was a better person, blah blah blah. Showed my husband the text devil's spawn is sending in his brother, and he called his brother, told him to stop, and before making any judgments he should have heard both sides since he knows who he married. My parents-in-law have now been involved and scheduled a family meeting, and what was supposed to be a magical week for baby Bill and baby Sil turned into a storm because I couldn't hold my tongue. So am I a jerk for kicking my Sil out of my house? Commenter: not a jerk. You probably could have just kicked her out without saying anything else to her. But honestly, that woman is just a racist piece of trash. The only reason not to say those things is to maintain the moral high ground, but everyone has their breaking point. Actually, I think everybody else at the party should have been sticking up for you. It is crazy that nobody has been correcting her when she has said these things. That in itself is protecting the bigot instead of the victim. She is a bully. It's a shame that her well-deserved comeuppance would drag you down, too. Update 1. Hey everyone, it's been a crazy few weeks. On to what happened. So we all went to the family meeting. My Mil started by thanking me and baby Sil for coming. She knows we did not want to be there but went so we can be there for our partners. Devil Spawn and Bill arrived. We all sat down and my Phil asked me to start and explain my side of things since Devil Spawn made her husband call his parents to tell them what I did. I told everything I've holding inside since the beginning. I explained that at some point I wanted to walk away from my husband because I couldn't take it anymore. Devil Spawn tried to interrupt me several times, but my in-laws told her she can either shut up or leave. After me, Baby Sil told her side of things of what happened and that she knew my mill wanted Devil Spawn on the bridal party to make peace and to try and get everyone to get along, but she didn't want someone like Devil Spawn near her or her wedding because she would find a way to make it about her, and she didn't want to associate it with a person like Devil Spawn. My mill was shocked when I showed her the text messages I got from Devil Spawn. I have most of the texts she sent me over the years. My mom is a judge, so he always told me and my siblings to keep records of everything. Bill, Devil Spawn's husband, was very quiet, so my husband turned to him and just asked, "Still believe your wife is the one being bullied?" He asked to be excused and just left. Devil Spawn ran after him. Well, Baby Sil and Bill wedding happened. It was amazing. We had a great time. Since they're only starting their lives now, they could only afford a honeymoon in the country, so me and hubby decided to surprise them on their wedding day. We pulled them aside and offered them an all-expenses-paid trip for them to Italy. Baby Sil always wanted to visit. On to the drama. Last week, Bill, Devil Spawn's soon-to-be ex-husband, called me and asked if he could come over to talk to me and my husband. I said yes. He came over and explained he's getting a divorce. He found out that Devil Spawn bullied someone in college to the point that person tried to take their own life. Her parents cut her off when she would make comments like that to the kids they fostered. Bill told us a lot more, but yeah, you guys get the picture. Bill moved out. He rented an apartment, and now Devil Spawn thinks it's my fault to a point where she goes to my office and starts screaming, has been following me. She is getting so unhinged. My husband has been taking me to work and picking me up afterwards. We're in the process of requesting a restraining order. I'll update if anything else happens. Edit, just to clarify a few things. My parents-in-law tried to stay out of it even though they did see a few things. They never said anything because didn't want to choose sides. They never thought it was this bad. Both Mill and Phil have been apologizing since we all sat down. I told them I understand in a way why they never said anything, but I wish they could have said something sooner. But then again, I hate confrontations and let it go for long than it should. For what Devil Spawn was doing in my closet, nothing is missing, so I believe she was looking for my maid-of-honor dress, which was a Baby Sil apartment, thankfully. My husband wanted to cut his family for my sake, but I never allowed it. I also come from a big family and not everyone gets along all the time, and I never wanted him to have to choose between them or me, but he was always on my side and spoke up. For those saying this post is all lies and things because we paid for their honeymoon, both me and my husband make good money. We normally make a trip out of the country per year in October to go see my family, and because it's around my great-grandma's B-Day. We won't go this year because we choose to use that money for Baby Sil and Baby Bill. Commenter 1, this is so far from over. Please protect yourself and don't go anywhere alone for a while. Glad she got some consequences, but eek. Commenter 2, this is one of the first ones in this sub where the parents actually came through. Usually the parents will enable the trashy behavior, but these held a proper intervention. Update 2, the next day. Hi everyone, didn't think we'd be here so soon. First, I want to start by thanking everyone for the advice and support. I really appreciate it. Before I get to what happened earlier today, I want to address a few things. My husband is the first to stand up for me. While I hate confrontations, he doesn't shy away and he won't let anyone disrespect me and stay quiet. He fought with his family a lot because of this. As I explained before, I was the one who wouldn't let him cut off his family and kept insisting on going to family lunch every Saturday, which led to a few fights between us. For those who grew up in Asian or Black households, no families tend to be toxic and we don't cut them off, we are taught to endure it. I can't answer to what my Bill thought of his soon-to-be ex-wife behavior. Honestly, is one of the things I want to talk to him directly without involving anyone else except my husband, of course. If he eventually explains, I'll be sure to let you all know. Regarding my parents-in-law, they aren't bad people. Did they allow certain comments to pass before shutting it down? Yes, but honestly I just think they didn't want to be in the middle and be given ultimatums to choose one side. At the end of the day, if they did, they would lose one of their sons. Now on to what happened earlier. My husband is on a business trip out of state scheduled from today until next Monday. He didn't want to go in case something happened. I told him to go, and if anything happened I could call Baby Bill and Baby Sil or his parents or any of my close friends. Husband went to the airport really early so he couldn't drive me to work, so I took my car. Fast forward to lunchtime, me and few co-workers went to grab coffee, and who is seating in the coffee right across the street from my office? Devil Spawn. I told my co-workers I didn't want to be there and for them to grab me something, and turned around bolting to the door. She follows me outside and asks me to hear her out. I just told her I've been hearing her out since I joined the family. She said she just wants to apologize and wants her family back. I told her I don't want anything from her except to leave me the fudge alone. Went back to my office, called my father-in-law and asked him if he could pick me up after work, and the man was in front of my office right on the dot. As for my car, will probably stay in the parking lot until my husband comes back, or I'll ask Baby Bill to help me get it. Commenter, I'm sorry you were dealing with this woman, but I'm glad it seems that everyone else in the family is on the same page now. That she's bad news and needs to be cut out. I would start documenting everything in case you need to get a restraining order. She seems a bit unhinged.